Hey friends, it's Suzanne Mosley with Usborne Books and More. You can find me on Facebook at Suzanne Shares Usborne Books. You can find me on YouTube at the same spot. So today I wanted to share with you some of Usborne Books and More's resources that can introduce your child to the orchestra, different musical instruments, as well as famous composers. Our family does classical conversations, and each year with CC we study the orchestra as well as some of our famous composers. So if you are a CC family, these would be great for you as well. So first up is the orchestra. It is one of our sound books, so you'll notice the gray disc. So every time, well, let me turn it on. Every time you see a gray disc, you can press it and it plays music. So I like this book because it introduces the instrument families. It shows the woodwinds, then the strings, brass, and percussion. And throughout the whole piece, they are playing a piece by Brahms. So you will hear what the piece sounds like for their instrument family. But then at the end of the book, you hear them playing it all together. Also like that you can press it and it stops. The other thing, this book does have a QR code, so what you'll do with that one is open your camera on your phone and then you scan it, and then it pulls up the full score of the Brahms piece, and you can play it, and your child can hear it, which is so cool. So this is a way to introduce them to the instruments in the orchestra, as well as to the famous composer Brahms. Now we also have resources to teach them about different instruments and just a very basic primer on ways to play them. So we have a keyboard, we have guitar, we also have drumming. So let me show you the basics of how these work. Again, my favorite, they have an on and off switch. Did I turn it on or off? Okay, and this one has been well loved. You'll see the ink there, the Cheeto fingers probably. So the way this one works, it has the piece there, and they will find. I need to change the batteries. You'll push the 3 pink dots, then the blue, and then the orange. And as you work through that, it says play this line twice. So you will play Au clair de la lune, or Round and Round the Mulberry Bush. So this is my first keyboard book, but we also have one with classical tunes and nursery rhymes as well. The drumming and guitar are a little bit very similar. So with the drumming one, it introduces the drums, and this is B, beat B, and then it tells you which drum to play, and you play them on the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are pieces all throughout here where you would select the bass, the underlying rhythm, and then you add in the drum on the beat as it tells you. Isn't that so fun? And then we also have, this is not them because I don't have them, but we do have learning wraps that are focused on music theory. So that's another great way to incorporate music education with your kiddos with these learning wraps. And they're so fun. It's a kinesthetic way to learn. You take the key, you wrap this around to get the correct answer, and then you turn around on the back. And if you see the raised lines at all, you know, you missed it. So it's a really cool independent activity that's kinesthetic and self-correcting as well. Okay, then we have several sound books that are based on famous scores by different musicians. So this is the Four Seasons. This is one of my absolute favorites by Vivaldi. And it goes through each season of visually with the book, but then also musically with the score. I love it. And again, it has the QR where you can scan to listen to the whole piece by Vivaldi. We do have the Quiet Time music script, and it introduces, this is one by Satie, by Pachelbel's Canon, Fauré, and Schubert, and they just plays a piece of the work, and they're so peaceful it makes me sleepy just listening to them. And then the last one is by Mozart. This is a sweet restful book that includes different pieces by famous composers. And then my very favorite, the Nutcracker. This has the story, but as you read the story, you play the disc and it introduces you to Tchaikovsky. So I love that as well. And if you do see Tchaikovsky, Brahms, many of the Mozart, many of the famous composers in these sound books are ones that we study. So I hope this jaunt through our orchestra, musical instruments, and sound books from famous composers was fun and helpful. If you have any questions about any of these, please feel free to contact me through Facebook, Suzanne Shares Usborne Books, or you can grab any of these on my website, SuzanneSharesUsborneBooks.com. All right, thanks, friends.